Wait, did that work? Yes, it did. Finally. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Okay, I'm back. Okay, I'm here. You should be able to hear me now. Hopefully. Yonder Gaming, I see that you're here. Hopefully, it says... I'm seeing the line move at the bottom, so hopefully you can hear me now. I'm just, an idiot. I didn't... should probably make an announcement on Discord so I could notify people that this is happening if they want to join on this conversation, because I've thought about this a lot. I've done some recordings because I was going to make a... Yeah, it did work. Okay, great. Alright, I'm not going to play it back. We're going to mute it so that I can get things going. Let's see, announcements. I'll just do at everyone live stream. I'll just be quick because I do want to get to talking about this. I think it's live stream. I was going to do a video, but when I did, it was like 40 minutes long, and I was just like, I would achieve just as much if I did a live stream. I mean, if I'm going to talk for a long time, then I might as well. But so the topic is kind of about the Dokis have a baby. That's just what sparked this situation. So, and of course, the topic, as you can tell from the title and description, is where do we draw the line on content? Where is our limit? What is right and what is wrong when it comes to our stories and when it comes to our writing and our videos and our content? And so I linked 2 videos on reaction Bowser's and Yandere's, which are both here and here respectively, and of course the original mod, because it is still up there for you to watch. And I think that if you haven't seen it, I would be one of the only out of the 3 that have made a video on this issue to say that you should watch it. I think that you should. I think that it's the only way for you to form your own opinion on this issue, on the controversy, on if you're offended, on if you're not. I mean, if you don't want to because you feel like that you would be offended because of past experiences of what the video is about, I mean, you don't. I'm not saying that you have to. I'm saying I would encourage it if you want to form your own opinion. It's the best way to do it. So, I mean, go for it. I mean, that's totally fine. What's up? My friend's alright. Oh, that mod. I was like, oh no. Yeah, I'm a bit late to this issue. It's about been 4 or 5 days since this was uploaded. And I've seen, so I learned about it from Yonder Gaming's reaction video, and I learned more about it from Bowser's, and I watched it. I sat down, and I actually just, watched it, because it's the best way to know what my opinion is on it. Am I particularly offended by it? No. If I'm going to make a stance, no. I'm not gonna die over the fictional video, and I don't think anyone is. I don't think anyone's too crazy upset over it. I don't think it's that controversy. It's just a mod. It's, of course, a fictional story, but it has ruffled some feathers, it seems, especially in the comments I've seen. Some people like it, some people think it's funny, some people think that it's gone too far, and I wanted to have my 2 cents and a discussion with anyone who wanted to talk to me about it, about where you draw the line, because I don't care about the video. It's a little stupid shock video. It's just meant to shock you. That's all it is. That's all. It's 8 minutes long, and it's a quickly written story to give you some easy jokes and to shock you at the end. Oh, I can't believe they went there. Oh my gosh, they killed a baby. That's what happens. Spoiler alert, I should have said it earlier, but that's the end. They kill a baby. Is that right? Is that wrong? Is it okay to joke about these things? It's not only just about writing about these things, but is it okay to joke about certain things? Is there a line? Or if there isn't, should there be? And that's what I wanted to talk about. I mean, we could talk about all day about this mod. There's a whole story. There's some jokes about pee, I guess, if you want to call it a joke. Some quips about this and that, about being pregnant. It goes into little things that I think are interesting, in a sense that it could have been so much more. I don't have an anger towards this mod, and I don't have a offense to this mod. What I do have is pity, or I guess a longing for something better. The topic and the subject material could have been so much more than a cheap, like, shock value video. That's all this is. This is nothing more than just trying to freak you out. That's it. That's it. But they talk about interesting things that I think are important and could make for a really good and interesting and important story for people to watch, for people to see. It could be very compelling. And some elements of that are here. But I think NCS07, I think he made this mod out of desperation, out of the fact that he didn't have any more ideas. The reason I think of that is because he literally says it through Monica. I mean, the first couple of lines, I can click to them, is it feels like we do the same thing over and over again. The first line from her is, why is it so hard to come up with new ideas? And other people make comments on that. And this Sayori and Yuri both make their own comments on the fact that there are no new ideas. And that seems to be what has resulted in this just random shock video. This isn't some make or break crazy video that's gonna change the world. I'm not thinking it's just a little thing, but it's caused some slight controversy, and I think it brings up a good conversation about subject matter and what is and is not okay. And that's all relative to what you're you're okay with, what you could be offended by, what you want to see and what you don't. And there is no right answer. I'm not saying that whatever I believe is right or wrong. I think that both Yandere Gaming and Bowser's videos make good points on their stances, and I think that they have a complete and utter right to their opinion, and I think that there's some validity to it, because I can totally understand where they're coming from with when they say things it's like, this subject is kind of like sick, and it's very hurtful, and I never want to tell someone that they can or can't write about stuff, but I know that, whenever you open your mouth or whenever you write something, you are always going to risk offending someone. There's no way to circumvent that. It's always a risk, something that we all, just have to deal with. And I don't have a hatred for the video, but I can see how it can easily be offensive. Does that mean that we shouldn't joke about these types of topics? Or does that mean that maybe the way that he did it was just not the right way to do it? Maybe there's a different way. Because I don't know. I don't know if there's a good way to joke about these things. I think that the reason behind it makes sense because, he's just making a video, but humanity loves to make jokes in light of serious topics out of fear and out of trying to cope with the traumas of life, of what we go through. I mean, I see it all the time at work when I'm working in emergency medical services. The people that I work with, they go through a lot. I've seen some pretty gnarly stuff, to say the least, and that's just part of the job. And one of the ways that a lot of people like to that the way that people deal with that is many ways. Some people go to smoking just to calm your nerves. Some people go to alcohol for the same reason. Some people develop a very crude and dark sense of humor so that it doesn't affect them as much. And I think that a lot of people do that. There are lots of comedians, lots of jokes that do this. This isn't the first time that someone's joked about baby death. Family Guy, I know for a fact, has done it. I've seen... they joked about, not too long ago about how in Chinese culture, and it's just what they do is if they have a firstborn female, that they'll kill the female because it can't carry the family name. They made a joke about it. I don't know if it got really controversial, but I know it's been done. So, know it's at the very least possible to be done in some sort of light that isn't completely destroyed, because they're, Family Guy's still going, so they must have done something right. So I know that at the very least, I don't want to limit anyone in their ability to write or make jokes, because some people can make something really interesting and something really important and something funny. It's possible. Let me read what you guys have said, because the Under Gamers been making some points, and I've been just rambling. He's like, a person don't feel like the mod should have been written like that. They've been on the scene since 2019. I feel like it doesn't fit the tone DDC is supposed to be. I definitely feel like the way he joked about it was poorly executed. It's like, yeah, I think it absolutely could. I think there's a good argument for that. I think that for the Dokis have a baby, I think the way it all happened, it's just so weird, because it's like none of it made me laugh. It's just like I can tell slightly that it's supposed to be a joke, but the way it ends is just so dark and grim. It's like it makes me think more than anything. It doesn't make me mad, but it makes me pity. It makes me long for something better. I personally don't think that the topic of infant death is something that we should not avoid. If we were wanting to make a mod about the tone of infant death at any point, I think that should be encouraged in writing of any type. It doesn't have to be mods. It could be anything, because it's a real life occurrence. I wanted to bring that up as well. Some of the things in here kind of have some reality to them that I think, I wish this was a serious mod. I wish this wasn't just some shock value joke. He talks about not having ideas. This idea in itself could have been a really meaningful, important story that goes into the intricacies of how cruelly gray tragic situations can be. I mean, sorry, I'm getting shaken up thinking about it. It's really dark material. I totally get that, but there's meaning in some of that. DDLC goes into dark material. I'm getting emails. Goodness. They talk about suicide and the trauma of that. So that, like, darkness is always there. And talking about it in your story is important, because people can relate to that. And knowing the situation, the context, how people feel, helps us empathize and to learn. There's an education that can be used in those stories. I wish this would have been that. I wish that the story would have gone into that, because it starts off, with this kind of theme of, not having any ideas. But when, Natsuki in this mod eventually catches the fact that Sayori has a baby on her, and they're talking about how in the world they got, this wonderful PNG. They make jokes about, if the player got her pregnant, or they make, and of course it's misspelled because comedy, but they say that she found it on the street with some milk bottles, oddly, and she just put it in her backpack and came there. And I remember in Yandere Gaming's video, he quickly mentioned a really unique point that I wanted to point out. This is, it'd be very unlikely that the baby would survive. It would suffocate. And I think that's a really good point. I think another good point to mention is that most babies would cry. It wouldn't be like hearing a voice. They would scream if they weren't comfortable, or if they were in some sort of dangerous situation. If they were just mumbling or weren't crying, that's a really bad sign. That would mean, like, almost death. I mean, that's what I was taught when I was in class for my emergency medical services. They're supposed to cry. If they're not, it's a real, that's a sign that they're not breathing, or that their organs are failing, or something really bad is going on, right? So I feel like they would have heard a little bit sooner. The fact they didn't, it's just unrealistic. But of course, this whole thing's a bit unrealistic. But another realistic tone that I think could have been done if this was a more serious mod was that the baby was found in the middle of nowhere. And the frightening thing is that happens. It happens a lot. To the point that in the United States, there's a safe haven clause, and every state usually has a variation on that. But if you're a mother who has an infant of 30 days old or less, you can leave the baby at the hospital, just completely abandon it, and it's fine. It's legal. Because leaving it at the hospital is better than, on the streets where it will die. You don't have to show your ID. You don't have to provide justification. You drop it, you go. Because it got so bad that was just like, if you're going to just abandon your child, at least abandon it at the hospital. We encourage that just so they can survive. Please do not kill the poor innocent baby, right? It's a serious issue. And it could have gone into that. And of course, after that, it makes a joke about peeing. And the Dokis' response is to get rid of it. It's an inconvenience. It's not something they want to deal with. And that's freaky because it is also, in a sense, realistic. So much has happened. So I tend to avoid stuff like this because there's enough dark scripts out there. I have fun of reading fun scripts. I totally agree. That's why I suggest, he does tend to post weekly, but he should drop the schedule post when he has an idea. Yeah, I think that there has to be, you watch this, or when you talk about this, you form your own opinion on what you like, what you can handle, and what, not just what you can handle, but what you're entertained by. It's just I totally agree and appreciate and respect the argument of, this is dark, and while I get that, there's this story here, but, I don't need that in my life. There is enough darkness in the world, and I do not need that in my, entertainment. I just want a fun video. I just want a fun movie. I don't want this dark, depressing crap. I totally get that, and I'm all for that opinion because there's some strong validity in it. You can't surround yourself with sadness all the time. It'll drive you crazy. You can't just watch these sad movies forever, There has to be, a bit of fun in there. Totally get it. I agreed to you, at least to an extent, that I think that that's why I'm so glad that there are so many Doki-tubers that make so many different types of content. Monica Smiley Face makes funny videos, and that's great because, when I make something like the Children's Scoops, which is insanely dark, you can, kind of lighten that out by watching a Monica D video. So it's a good mix because they're both good stories and they're good mods and they have that entertainment and they work together to form a viewing experience overall on YouTube that is fun and that is nice. But when you when you see these controversies, when you learn about them and you form your own opinions, it helps you know what you are okay and not okay with watching. And the problem specifically with this video is that it's just shock material, which means that they can't put a disclaimer on there or else the shock would be given away before it's done. It's going to shock you. It's supposed to offend you to an extent. That's the point. They're trying to drive on that. That's the attention-grabbing moment. That's what they're doing, and that is inevitably going to offend someone. That's going to make someone feel awful, and someone who's trying to avoid that kind of content in DDLC is not going to feel great because they got bamboozled by a video they would never have expected from this title that the baby would be thrown out of a goddamn window and splatted on a sidewalk. It's gruesome. It's really awful. But anyhow, let me read some of this first before I go on. A good example of dark but compelling writing are your mods. You put time and effort in your mods, and you get people hooked and wanting more content. Thank you. And another example of CMC struggle. Yes, I remember seeing your post about that, and I'm really excited about it because it's exactly what I'm talking about. It's dark, but it's important because of how you relate to it. Because, when people look at that, I can tell you, baby death is sucky. And it hurts, and it's awful. And everyone can agree with me, but they're just words, and they don't mean anything until you really experience it for yourself. But hopefully none of us ever will experience something like that. So it's good to, we don't know. It's good to prepare. It's good to be able to, the closest thing we got are these stories, to understand the intricacies of these situations, of these moments, of these, sorry, I got a text from my fiance. She's amazing. It's it's so important to kind of look at these situations, these relationships, and how real life problems affect people, so that we know, and so that we can relate, and so that we can kind of have a bit of an education along with our entertainment. Because we take in a lot when we watch something. Goofy or not, we take some of that in. And good writing usually has characters, even in an unrealistic situation like in fantasy, we relate to those people because it's so real to us, because we would react similarly. There's an importance in writing to be able to talk about somewhat dark content and just talk about somewhat important content for emotional value, and content that might be controversial. I mean, we don't every time we pick up a pencil to write, every time that we open our mouths, we risk, saying something that might offend someone. That's always just a possibility, but I think there's good writing when it comes to it, because there's so much benefits and, of course, detriments to dark content, because of how people perceive it. I feel like dark content has been overdone for DDLC, but there's plenty of other topics to explore. My series was a comedy, but I turned it to a drama. There's also other topics such as adventure, mystery, science fiction, and more. It's like, absolutely. I know that my latest video was pretty dark, but that was not the only element there. There was romance, there was some dry humor, mystery, and the unknown figure. There was a fucking puzzle. I added a puzzle into a mod. I don't know if many other mods have done that, but it's there. So there's a lot of elements, and there's a lot of science fiction, because of course they're super powered. It's a whole lot of little elements into that story. I try not to be too much, unless it's like a horror mod maybe, but I don't want to go too straight with one type of story. But I get it. I mean, like, dark content is common in many forms, not just BDLC mods, but in movies and books and memes even. I mean, everywhere. It is a constant. It is there. I find a lot of mods addressing mental health really helps me understand myself further. Yes, I think there's a real impact and importance in seeing that and really understanding that. For instance, I wish the mod had been more serious, not shitposty. If it was proper serious mod addressing infant death, which does happen, I wouldn't really have any problems with the mod. It's like, yeah, I wouldn't either. I mean, like, I wish it was. I wish that when we're looking at this issue, it was, because I think, I mean, like, I don't have an overall problem with the idea of joking about it, because it has been done before to some sort of a successful extent. And I never want to discourage someone who's like, oh, you can't talk about that. I'm not going to, limit your freedom of speech. I mean, you'll be responsible for what you say and what you put out there, but, you can do what you want, because there can be meaning and entertainment in just about a variety of different things. I think that's important. I just think that, something went wrong. And I think it's not like this is like, oh, this is just, it's horrible, it's deplorable. It's just like, it's nothing. It's not even funny. It's all this is shock value. All this is just trying to, go, oh, they didn't. It's nothing. This video, in the grand scheme of things, means nothing. Of course, it's a fictional story, so of course it means like nothing literally, but it's not anything. It's just a cheaply quick-made mod for, some views to, shock you. That's its point, and it has so much potential. I mean, even to be funny, it could have tried a bit better to formulate something as a joke, but, of course, I don't know, because, I personally, I agree, I would not have made it into a joke, because I can't, for the life of me, think of a joke for this situation. I'm sorry. I wish I could, so that I could be more showing of an unbiased, unlike sexual thing. But even I can't think of an actual joke that comes from it, because it is very gruesome. I wish that that's why I wish that this was more of a serious mod, because I mean, this even talks about, I mean, I think the best part is when it does get serious. So at the very end of it, it stops being a joke real quick uh once the baby dies. I mean, that's it happens, and immediately, like, it becomes so real. I mean, these teenagers doing something horrible and deplorable, this debauchery, just to do something they know that they shouldn't. They're not stupid. They know that it's wrong, but they're going to do it anyhow because they have no consideration for human life. They have no consideration for the people that they're affecting. I mean, this baby isn't a human being to them. It's an insect. It's nothing. It's just borderline an object for their amusement to see if dropping it from 2 stories, if it'll survive or not. And then they do it because it's an inconvenience to them, and it would be more useful if they did an experiment than if they let it continue to pee all over the room. And it's frightening how real that is. That's scarily real. And the moment that it dies, like, look at this line right here. It's like, Yuri's like, Natsuki, why is it spilling? Of course, referring to the baby, like, being smushed. And they all freak out. How did the baby die? All you do is jump for the 2nd floor of this building. I don't know. And they all run away. They're worried about the cops coming after them, and they're afraid. That fear takes over, and they go. And they flee, and they're feared because the reality of what they've done finally hits them. And that's what inspired me to do this, to be talking about it. I'm not going to disagree with anything that Yandere Gaming or Bowser said. I think they make really good points. I think I agree for the most part of what they say. I mean, it's deplorable. There's nothing beneficial about it. It's just shock value. This could have been so much more. This could have been a story that goes into this moment, this one taste of this situation. And Sierra, of course, comes back at the end and wonders where her the baby is, and that's where it ends. You don't see her reaction to it, which is fine. We don't need to draw out this very unsuccessful. The shock's already there. We can just leave it as that. But I would want to go into that. I'd want to see these, the victim, the people who care about this baby, just the bystanders. I mean, imagine, they threw it out of a goddamn window at a public school. Someone saw it. Someone was just walking down the goddamn sidewalk and just saw a random baby fall down in front of them. I mean, I can't process the trauma that would just immediately hit you if that were to happen in front of you. And to think, why? Why would they do that? And the answer is because they didn't care. They didn't think about these things. I'd want to go into the criminals that did this. The Yuri, the Monica, the Natsuki. Why they did that. Why they had such a disregard. Why, in that moment, did they just think this just wasn't that big of a deal? It wasn't just because they were stupid. It's because they were ignorant to the reality. And then when reality hit, when they got that perfect little reality check, everything clicked. I would want to go into that because that's why it's great. Because they realized what they did. They killed a baby. That's what they did, and they know they did. Every time they close their eyes, every time they go to sleep, they'll see that corpse. They'll see what they've done, and they'll feel nothing but self-loathing and regret. That's what they'll feel. They'll be plagued with that whether they get caught or not. That doesn't justify what they did. That's not a punishment enough, even by society standards. And I'm totally fine with that. I'm not making a stance saying that, they've suffered enough. No, they killed an innocent baby. That is wrong. But that doesn't mean that this is easily just some black and white situation where, the baby died and they did it and there was evil and they just need to go to jail. I mean, to an extent, that's true. But if you go into it, you see that everyone in this situation that survived is just as much of a victim. The people who knew this baby suffer and they mourn. The people who saw it are traumatized, and the people who did it are even more traumatized. That is your reality. And it happens. I said that this was frighteningly real. I'll give you a real life example right now. I think it was about 2017, I think in Michigan. It's called the I-75 rock throwing incident, where a group of about 5 teenagers started throwing rocks and sandbags onto the interstate. And one day, instead of just, hitting the windshield, instead of just hitting the car, hitting the road, or seeing the rock explode as it hits the ground and laughing, being your little debauchery, the rock went straight through the windshield and killed a man. Instant. He was in the passenger seat and he died. He was a construction worker riding with his co-worker in a van. It went straight through the windshield and immediately killed him. He was the father of 4 and he was married. And now he's dead because of their debauchery. That is a real life case. That's something that actually happened because teenagers did not consider their actions affecting other people. The same thing happens in this mod and in the story that it should have presented. Those teenagers were still humans. Even more yet, when they were at school, they had friends, not just the 5 of them, but other people who knew them. Do you really think that their teachers or their parents would ever have thought that these kids would just go out tonight at this day, go out and kill someone with a rock? By accident, sure, but it was just negligent what they did. Going into that would be kind of important too, because you never suspect, you never know. These people were just random kids doing stupid crap that caused someone to die. Bringing light to that fact, because it's a real problem, is also important. It's such a dark, gray subject, and I think in a serious mod, there could be some serious justice. I think that it wouldn't be for everyone, because not everyone, of course, would want that dark subject matter, as we've already seen in the live stream. Talking about, more lighthearted things can be really good as well. But for this specific mod, for this discussion, where we draw the line is that it should be handled with respect, to an extent, at the very least. Even for a joke, even for the serious event, there has to be a certain amount of respect, because people have died. People die every day. Babies die every day. Sudden infant death syndrome, SIDS, is an epidemic that plagues everyone. Every mother's worst fear is losing their infant to a disease that no one understands and no one can prevent. That's SIDS. It kills the most babies. It's usually a respiratory issue, and we have no explanation. We have no cure. We have no defense. It just happens. That's terrifying. And it's just a fact of life at this point, and it's just so terrifying. But if someone wanted to put, SIDS in their mod to go into the trauma of motherhood, who lost their child to something they couldn't even control, all the more to them. I think that there's some actual benefit, or not benefit, but good storytelling in that. I think there's some good storytelling in that. Let me see what else. I've probably missed a lot. It's like final line mod just about, yep, okay. So Forrest said, I wish the mod had been more serious and not supposed to. Yeah, I read that. He wrote it the way he did, and it really did rub me the wrong way. It's like, yeah, I do not want to say that anyone's opinion on this is wrong. I really want to make sure I made myself clear. I do not think that anyone who's made a video or an opinion on this is wrong. You are absolutely entitled to that opinion, and I don't think there's anything wrong with the opinion of saying that it's offensive. It is offensive. It is dark. It is gritty. It is in no way a good mod, because it has no real meaning or substance other than shock value. I mean, at the very bare minimum of just that fact, it's not good. It could have been so much more. My point is that it could have been, and that where do we draw the line? Where do we say that you can and can't? I would argue that there shouldn't be a line, but if there is there shouldn't be a topic that's just no, off limits. But I'm saying that if you are going to do a topic that you know is going to be controversial, because you're not an idiot. These people are not idiots. The people who make these videos, the people who talk about these things, are not stupid. They know what they're doing. If they would just at least handle some sort of amount of respect. And I think NCS07 almost did, because of his ending. At the ending, it almost got me. Like, it was like, you almost respected it, but it's still just, there's just something very off about the comedy to try to make it so lighthearted. Like, it's just okay. I'm sure, like, now I'm not claiming that the creator thinks it's okay to kill babies. That's not what I'm saying. But I am saying that there isn't as much impact for your characters other than them running away. Not to mention that infants do get killed by parents who can't deal with their babies, being an inconvenience. Like I had almost mentioned it before with the whole pee joke or whatever. They were an inconvenience, and that led to them killing the baby. That's an also frighteningly real situation when it comes to, parents who like smother their babies because they won't stop crying. People even do that, like, in even grimmer situations when they're trying to survive. Like, you can hear stories from either, like, countries in war or in home invasions or things like that, where the baby's going to cry and they can't get it to be quiet so that they can survive, so they kill it so they can survive. That's terrifying. And sometimes people do it just because it's that inconvenience. They just won't stop crying. They just won't stop peeing all over the room. And I can't take it. So my solution is to get rid of it. Because I can't face just abandoning it. Or just getting rid of it. It would be better to kill it in their perspective. That's dark and that's scary and that's so real when you think about it. I don't remember where I read this, but one rule was to make sure everything has a purpose for the story, not violence just for violence or sex just for sex. I think that's a good rule, and I think that's really important in stories where, you can have fluff to pad out your time to an extent, but I do think it's important that when you're making a story that the things that you do add, even if it is fluff, has some sort of meaning, has some sort of character building or some sort of world building. I think some of that's also important. But its purpose is to shock you. This video, all it's really here to do is just to freak you out. Don't get me wrong, I respect this person for what he's done for the DOC modded community, but I feel like he needs to take a step back to get some fresh ideas. I also think that's also a good response to this, because it seems that the reason this is existing is because he doesn't have any other, like, fresh ideas. But he's, following that schedule, like we were talking about, like I'd seen in a comment earlier, talking about, I think that's an underlying theme at the beginning of this. That's like your, very vague warning that this is going to be a not so normal mod. Anyway, I heard of that. They showed no regret in court. One of them flicked off to the camera. Yeah, I remember Taboo List. Expresses real world problems even though it can be disturbing. Yeah, it really does when you think about it. That's what I saw when I went to this. When I wanted to see what my opinion would be. Because I was like, it could just be exactly what Yonder and Bowser were saying. It's like, it's just despicable. It's just kind of, disgusting. He's like, this really shouldn't have been made. And they're right. I agree with that sentiment, because it's nothing. It's just a shock piece. It's just there. It's replacing its entertainment with the ability to make you go, oh my gosh, they killed the baby. TV shows do that. This isn't the only time stuff like this has happened. Movies and TV shows, they try to, quickly and easily establish a tone of being dark or edgy by killing a kid or a baby just because it's not something that you're, desensitized to. It's a little messed up, but it happens. And it's just for shock. It doesn't have any real substance. If I were to, kill children off in my mods, which I have, the children of the Institute and the Institute in general and my other mods, it's a corporation that focuses on experimenting and killing children. That is what they do. They kidnap children, kill their family, and they experiment on them. If they succeed, that's great. They can live the rest of their life in servitude of the Institute or die at their hands in a gruesome way, or they'll die in a gruesome way in the experiment. Miyu talks about it. She was supposed to be dead. If you watch that mod, it is gruesome. I mean, like, she can't even go into detail. I don't want to go into detail too much because I think you can get what she means. The fact that it's just absolutely awful. In the beginning, Detective Yandere vomits just by looking at file after file of kids who were kidnapped, experimented, tortured, and killed for experiment, just stepping stones to their goal. But it has meaning. It sets your tone for what this institute is and how the average person like Detective Yandere would react to it. It's not lighthearted. It's not a joke. It's serious. It's real. It's when you're expecting something simple like an investigation into asylum, and then it turns into, I'm going to get killed because I know that this organization is more than just corrupt. They're evil. And that's just a part of that world building. So it's possible to have it there, to have meaning and to have purpose and to have more than just a shock. And shock value has its purpose. In the recent mod I just made, there is a shock moment, a jump scare. Not really a jump scare because it doesn't jump at you, but it happens and it's sudden. And that's fair because life happens and it's sudden. You know, when I talked about the I-75 throwing rocks incident, the people who were directly affected, the people in the car when the rock went through the windshield, I mean, that was sudden. They were just driving, listening to show tunes, just going to where they were heading to, and then boom, split second, someone's dead, and your life is changed forever. So in that context, I think it's okay, but it's just in this, that's just, there needs, this could have been better. This story could have been more meaningful. I wish it was. I'm half tempted to make my own series trying to talk about it if I thought that there would be any meeting, but I don't know. It's just, this could have been so much more. Instead of it's some controversial shock video. And this person, I mean, I've watched some of their videos, and some of them are pretty good. They're not like, he's not like a bad creator. This isn't like some, you know, like you see mods where people just, oh, this is bad grammar, oh, this is bad writing. They're just not really good, you know, when it comes to writing. No, not everyone is. I totally understand that it's a craft. You have to practice, get better. That's life. But that's not the case here. He just made a really bad call when it came to his story. I think that he could have done better. I truly believe he could have. But I think, you know, I agree with you guys. You know, this kind of expresses road processes. We just talked about the highway situation before the live stream. I was like, yeah, Bruno and I was like, yeah, I was talking about it. I've been thinking about this for a while. I did actual research for this live stream because I didn't want to just come in here, like, and just ramble about things without any type of coherent path. And I'm still probably rambling without no coherent path. But this story, this mod, this situation, you know, I saw it earlier today. Yesterday, technically now, but I saw it like a while ago, like at least half a day ago, and I let it sit, and I thought about it, and I wanted to do it justice. I didn't want to just, you know, if I was going to make a response, I mean, you know, Yandere and Bowser already did, you know, it's like, what could I actually contribute, you know, if I was going to respond, because I wanted to talk about what I thought. I don't do this ever. This is the first time I've ever done like, oh, this is a reaction. Oh, controversy. Let's figure out the drama. Because my perspective on this is different. That's why I wanted to. You know, I'm not going to say that talking about... I don't want to ever imply that you can't talk about a certain subject. But I do say that if you are, you should try to respect it. Try to handle it with care, and that if you are going to make a joke, to just be careful with it. I don't know, test it with somebody. I mean, I don't know, go to a friend, go to someone in your life that you trust to have a good sense of comedy as well as you do, and be like, this is my mod. It has a controversial joke in it. What do you think? It's like, I know I'm not going to be able to make sure that it's not offensive to everyone, but if at least one person says that it's okay, then that's better than none. I mean, at the least, there's things that you could do to just try. But that's not what this mod's about. It's not an attempt. It's just getting something out there to get something out there. It's just shock value for shock value. It's just pushing an agenda, pushing a schedule, right? And it's just getting a mod out so that, and shock value, this isn't going to be the highlight of his YouTube channel. This would just be, in months from now, no one's going to care about it. So I don't have like this horrible, I don't think it's going to affect the DLC community at all that much either. I just think it's interesting to talk about where you draw the line. And I just wanted to make my stance clear that I think that given a serious tone or given a respectful comedic tone, the subject matter still fine, but in this video it was handled poorly. It wasn't handled greatly. It almost did. At certain points when you overthink it like this guy does, you get a story that's a lot more deep. It should have been that. On its surface, it's nothing but shock. But it has those little elements of something that should be drawn out. I don't know. It's just... I personally would have been interested in a mod series that took that. I mean, I don't believe anyone has ever done something like that before. Ever. I mean, ever. I don't believe anyone's ever done that. I can't even think of a movie that's done that. Probably because it's a subject that not many people like to talk about, because it's a very, very tough pill to swallow. If I were to do it, it would just be a very sad story. It wouldn't have some happy ending. What it would end would just be of acceptance. It would end as it would in life, that it did happen. This is the cautionary tale, so hopefully people who watch this know that, you've got to take the time to really think about the consequences of your actions in a grander scale, in a societal scale, and people that you don't even know exist yet kind of scale, because you never know. You never know when, you think something's going to be harmless, you don't really take the consideration, and then something like this happens. Not in the story, but also in real life. You take a look at this really tragic situation, and that's how life is, and you try to think of what's the solution. What should be done, or that it is just a situation, and it's just interesting to learn about. Just to experience a little bit, just so that you can see it, because hopefully you never do. That's, some of that dark entertainment. And because of that, it creates you to think about it. One of the greatest things about DLC mods for me is when I watch one and I think about what I would do in that situation, or what I think these characters should have done differently to survive, or to, succeed better, or this or that. Just little things like that. These stories, when we write these stories that are very serious, and even some of them that are just jokes, they make us think. A good story will make you think. I mean, yeah, this is make me think, but I think about everything. I overthink too much. But a good story will make you think about a topic, will make you think about what you would do. And I think that's good because in a way it kind of prepares you just in case. And it helps you so that if it ever comes into conversation, if there's ever a controversy in the future, you know where you stand. You know what your opinions are and what you think. And you can be a part of that conversation, and you can learn more things from other people. I think there's more benefits than there would be not. But that's, I don't know, that's my 2 cents. It's just, there's so much to unpack with this mod. I could talk about it forever, and I don't mean to. I don't want to waste people's time. I don't mean to bore anyone. But I think it's important to know that where at least I stand, if anyone would watch this who does write, not just mods, but anything, fan fiction or actual stories. If some of you are young and you end up growing up to be people who work on actual scripts or books, I mean, don't be afraid to never, talk about certain subjects. I mean, talk about what you want to. I mean, if you want to talk about something, I mean, do it. Go for it. You could really bring light to a very serious situation. You could bring light to a serious situation, even if you make it into a joke, whatever can get people to talk about it, to think about it, to understand it, and and move on and accept. You never know when you talk about this how much you could help that one person, or that the entertainment could just help someone not just deal with the situation, but to understand it. I mean, it's different to be like, I empathize with the fact that you feel awful because something horrible happened, like your baby died. Then I watched this video a long time ago on YouTube where a baby died, and it went into all these emotions, right? And they may not be exactly what you're feeling, but I feel like I have a better grasp on what you could be feeling and what I would be feeling. And because of that, I've thought about this situation. I've thought about what I would do and what. And that means I can give advice, or I can give comfort, or I can give some sort of help. Because, it all started with an idea. It started with a conversation. It started with a story. And it helps. There's such a benefit. I mean, that's stories to me. I mean, at the end of the day, every story is supposed to be grounded in, is it entertaining? Is it, you want, like the base of every story, even the one that we're talking about today, that Dokis have a baby, are you entertained? Because that's what stories are for. They're supposed to entertain you, even when it's educational or beneficial. It's to entertain you first and foremost. I mean, that's to an extent with just what every story's supposed to be at the end of the day. There may be an oddity every once in a while, but usually it's there for that. And some of them are just there for that because, sometimes you just want to relax and enjoy a video. There isn't too much of a message when it comes to goofy mods like the Dokis versus the Great Turkey. I mean, there are other elements that you could take from it for, beneficial reasons, but at the end of the day, it's just a goofy mod to make you laugh, because laughing's fun, and laughing can make you happy, and learning about romance, because when you watch a romantical mod, like, There's Nobody Else Like Yuri, or Our Precious Natsuki, I mean, you have romance and drama because, it's interesting and intriguing and entertaining. And sometimes you just want to have those elements to ponder on with no real consequence to your own life because, of course, it's all fake. It all has that purpose. And dark content has the same one because some people are just entertained by that. That's just how it is. Some people want the goofy, and some people want the dark. Some people want the fantasy. Some people want, the magical, fantastical story, or a dark and gritty, or a comedic slapstick. I mean, it's. I just hear Our Precious. Yeah, you heard Our Precious. I did make a mention. I haven't seen it yet, but that's because I'm holding out for that live stream. There's so much that I could talk about. There's so much to understand and to talk about when it comes to the stories that we make. The community that this is. I am proud to be a part of this community. To be able to make mods that people enjoy, and to make stories, and to have my input to be heard, and to be a Doki tuber. It's such a weird name, but I'm proud of it. I'm proud to have that to be part of the title of this channel. I'm glad to be able to talk to the people who watch this here and now and in the future about what I think about this issue, about this controversy, and about the idea of, where do we draw the line? Where is, that, and, where is that? And if there is that, and if there isn't, where it should be. And, of course, my, opinion is not fact. I mean, I know I'm, making this live stream to try to show my opinion, and people may agree with it, and people may disagree. You guys all have your own opinions, and you may have that line. I think that's absolutely fine. I don't have a problem with it, and I encourage you guys to have those opinions and share them, because it's so important that we all have the understanding to understand our audience and to understand what we want when we make our own content. I mean, it's just, if someone, has that line is like, I don't want to have any type of content where it's, uh, it's like, I don't want a content that has a baby die. It's like, I don't care if there's like benefit. I don't care if it's dark. Um, it's just not for me. And it's like, that's absolutely fine. I'm all in support of that. I encourage you to keep that opinion, not be ashamed of it, and don't feel like because I'm saying that this could be a really good dark story and it could be really cool and stuff like that, and make a really good series or something like that, and you're like, yeah, that wouldn't be for me. That's absolutely fine, and I'm so for that because that's the whole point. I mean, to share an opinion. If I just wanted to share just my view, I mean, I wouldn't talk about this so openly, on a live stream. I want you guys to have your ideas and your opinions because having that community is what it's all about. We'll have someone who wants something lighthearted and we'll have someone who wants something dark, and it'll be a whole spectrum. It's really amazing. I mean, and if you draw the line there, that's good. So when you think about it, when we talk about it, we come up with our own ideas. The more we talk about it, the more we learn not only about ourselves and what we perceive as, what's too much or not. We learn about that about ourselves. It's like, I know personally more when I talk about it what I'm okay with seeing and what I'm not okay with seeing. And because of that, I can hopefully avoid the type of content specifically in the future. Like, I'm not okay that much with violent animal death. I'm not like, yeah, I can kill a character in gruesome ways, but if it were a puppy, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. That's just me. I can watch it in movies sometimes if it's just a quick thing, but like drawn out crap, I don't know. It's not always for me. I mean, I'm working on getting better at that because I know that that's just a fact of life and I might, encounter it in real life. But I know that, like, I have books that I know have that in it and I can deal with it. I don't like it as much. It's just not for me. It's just... But even though I can respect that other people wrote that in their stories or made that into their movie, I can still enjoy the movie and I can still enjoy the book, and I can respect it, and I can just say, I'm never going to write about that. That's not something that I need to do. But other people can. If someone wanted to write about that in their story, go for it. I mean, that's a serious topic and they can add that in there. I mean, that can make your villain look more horrible, or it can add sympathy for a character. I mean, I don't like animal death all too much. I mean, I can handle it for the most part. I'm not going to just close a book and never read it again. I'll get through it. But I know that I personally couldn't do a very grotesque scene of like what I did in The Children of the Institute with an animal. I'd feel really bad. Maybe if it was an evil animal, but I don't know. That's just me. I know that's something that's one of my limits. That's one of my little peeves. That's just, and I want everyone else to be able to have that knowledge of themselves as well when we talk about these things. That's important. When we realize, is this alright with us or not? So that we can help avoid these videos. If you listen to what we talked about and you were like, wow, this whole, dying baby thing is just not for me, then yeah, don't watch the video. Don't do it. Like, you seem to have formed your opinion based on what we've talked about. I mean, that's great. Now you don't have to be shocked, right? You click on it. That was the one thing I was going to criticize, is that because it's a shock video, you can't prepare yourself. Even though we know what we are and are not okay with when it comes to videos, it doesn't matter if it's just a shock. There's no, disclaimer. But it's at least very interesting to talk about, and I feel like there's some benefit. Let me see what you guys are saying. Thank you guys for saying that you're proud of me. I'm proud of this community. I'm proud to be a part of it. It means a lot to be a part of it. To be a part of a bunch of people who care. I mean, if this community didn't care about itself, this community didn't care what was being put out, or something was being put out for, I don't know, popularity. Like, you wouldn't have the videos, made by Yandere Bowser about what is, about this video, about talking about, where we draw that line, what is okay and not. I wouldn't have made this video if I didn't care, but we do. This is a very caring community, and it's a very overall positive community. Sure, there are outliers. There are people who are just not overall great, but overall, I mean, people are supportive. People are kind. People want to help each other. I mean, Stacey is like, yeah, you're one of the people that got me to write my own stories and share them. And that's the point. I mean, I'm glad I was able to help inspire you to do that, because I remember when it was, Bike and Dretchnox and Monica D that inspired me to do the same thing. I mean, we were all inspired by something or someone to do what we're doing now. We all help each other. We all collectively mesh together to make good content. If I had a problem coding, if I had an issue with my story and I wanted help, I could go to Yandere Gaming or Diverse Dokis Stories or Monica D or anyone that I have contact to and ask them, hey, what is your advice? I could use some help. I'm having a bit of a block here. And you know what? They wouldn't say, they wouldn't ridicule me. They wouldn't make fun of me or say, well, I'll only help you if you say it's a collab. They'll say, it's like, yeah, here, of course. And they won't say, it's like, I won't help you because I don't want you to get more subs than me, or I don't want you to benefit. I want to keep my tricks to myself so that I can get higher. That's, Mr. Beast made a point about that not too recently, and I completely agree, because, and I like the fact that the community that we're in, keeps itself so sustaining. I mean, those people, everyone in it, would just help. I mean, within reason. It's not like they're just gonna, they're not gonna just drop everything and help. But I mean, like, that's reasonable. It's a huge community. This DDLC mod and loving community for just the game and the stories that we make. I mean, we'd all help each other so that we can all prosper together. It isn't some, contest on, who's got the most subs, who's got the most views, who's making the best videos, who's better, who knows the highest people, who do we need to worship more so we can get a shout out. It's not that. I mean, I could be where I am now for a long time. I have no idea what will happen with my sub count, but I'm part of the community, and that's really what it was all about to begin with. I just wanted to be a recognizable name. I wanted to have stories that people could look at and be like, oh, I remember that, and it was such a good one. I love that story. I remember I spent my time out of my day to look at what this guy had to create or what this guy had to say. I just, that's what I wanted, and this community has granted me that. I remember so many times that you've helped me draw things. Your videos are being the basis of them. I remember some of those moments too. I remember talking to people about collab ideas. I remember talking to people about different ideas. In the past, couple of weeks while I was coding my Children of the Institute, I would always go to Yandere Gaming's Discord and I would go into the DDLC modding voice chat. And I would code for a bit, and usually someone would come join me, and we'd talk. And sure, it would distract me, and maybe that meant that I didn't get my video out as soon as I probably should have, but I don't regret it because we had good conversations. I got to see a lot of Diverse's, stories way before they came out, and I talked to him about it. I talked to him about, some of the things that I saw that were amazing, and some things that change, or things that I thought were cool ideas, jokes or plot points. I was like, oh my gosh, it'd be really funny if they did this. So you take it or leave it, but it's like, you don't have to and of course at the end of the day I'm not like, oh, it'll be a collab though. You can't just take my idea. Take the idea, make good content, entertain people. That's what this is all about. This isn't about some sort of fame or collab experience or something like that. I mean, those ideas are just for you to be able to make something to make people laugh and to enjoy the story. You don't have to take it, and if you do, I'm not going to come there and dangle it over your head like, oh, that video wouldn't have been successful without me. He's like, no, that's not. Not only is that just wrong, like literally, he's like, no, it would have been successful either way. There's no way that one joke is the deciding factor or the one idea. I just, that contribution to help make a story. I mean, that's the community. That's an example of everyone. I mean, and I wasn't the only one there. I mean, Bowser was there sometimes. Sometimes Sansi was. Uh, Sometimes Monica was there, Monica D, or sometimes Yandere Gaming, and sometimes, I mean, it would be just random people. Sometimes Ellie, who did the Elena sprite. I mean, sometimes they were there, and we'd all make our comments and make jokes and just have a good time. And at the end of the day, there'd be a good mod out, a really good mod. I'm telling you what, like, if anyone watches this, and you're at this point, we've kind of finished most of my main points when it comes to where do we draw the line. If you want another thing to take away from this, and it's the fact that there are some really good creators out there that don't have enough recognition. I just made a mod, and someone said that they don't know why I don't have enough recognition because I came back with a mod that they just really liked, and I was very thankful for them. But I couldn't help but think to myself, it's just like, but there's so many other people that, like, before I get to like even more recognition, there are people out there making mods like Diverse, 67. We're talking. It's just like we all need to be, up and more recognition because like there's some really good mods out there, and not as many people have seen them. Like Bowser only just hit 300 subs, and he's been doing this for a little bit. It's just like this is crazy because they're funny. I laugh. I enjoy them. They're not like, it's not like it's bad. It's just that no one knows about them. But they're really good. That's the crazy thing. It's just like, I can't believe that something so good is just sitting here like a gold mine. No one knows. I saw that earlier. It's like, everyone's just like, yeah, I couldn't do the animal death stuff too. It's like, yeah, that's not for me. Beauty of my community, we all have one big family. It is. I would help each other out. There are always going to be weeds in gardens. Sometimes we could ignore them or get rid completely before more grow. That's poetic. I remember doing collabs over at Makote's channel, how fun those were. I haven't even done a collab yet with anyone. I've talked about the ideas and I've written them down. I mean, like, I've got tons of like collab ideas, and I've actually I've written down scripts, like not scripts like this is what they'll say, but like this is what the ideas that we have. So eventually we'll get back to it. But I haven't even gotten around to it because it's like I don't know how to do a collab, like online on a mod. I don't even know where to begin. My idea was maybe we need to. It's like, who's writing? It's like, we're going to write certain scenes, certain characters. Manga D helped me out a little bit on that. But I was always afraid that there'd be some issue about creative differences. I'm so afraid of that. I don't want to, it's not worth to make a story or a collab if it's just going to make bad blood between people. I think that we, for every single collab that I've ever talked about with people, I think that there's been so many great ideas. Like, there's so many good ideas that we've got, and I want to share every single one of them with you guys. I think, like, Yandere Gaming and we made one, and it was really good. I really like it. There was one I made with Tyler, TSWC. I really like it as well. There was one I got with Nightwayne, the Night Doki. Another one, ex-Marvel fan, gave me a really good idea, and we worked together to make a story. That'll be a collab one day. There's just so many good ones, and I just need to get to work on them, I guess. I just wanted to get the Stalker timeline done with. I wanted to get all of that story, because there's so much story even now left to do. I wanted to get it all done before we got these other stories out, so I didn't get distracted, because there's so many cliffhangers, so many unanswered questions. I don't want to leave people feeling like I just forgot about Stalker's timeline and all these series that I was going to make. There's so many mod series as of today that are just not done because the creator decided that they needed to move on because maybe the series wasn't popular, or because they just weren't as interested, or they got writer's block or something. And I was like, I promised myself before I ever made a video that I wouldn't do that to the fans, because I never wanted to leave them unhappy because the story wasn't finished. Even if it was a bad finish, it was better than just never having a finish. It's like I could be happy with something rather than nothing. I mean, I hope it wouldn't be bad. I'd hope it'd be really good, but I promised myself that if I had a series, I'd finish it. Maybe not immediately, but I would. I don't want to get distracted from that, but I always those collabs like that we talked about with all these different people, all these creative minds. I mean, it's such a community, and everyone's so creative. It shows. I mean, we start with like, oh, let's do a collabs. Like, what do you want to do? Well, we don't know. And then maybe like a half hour later, we've got a whole story. 2 episodes, a whole series, and it's going to be a really cool thing. And we written it, kind of like basically what's going to happen and how it's all meaningful and the deep intricacies of it. And it's going to be super cool. And she's like, well, how are we going to write this thing? Are we going to do this by mod? Are we going to do this together? Are we going to do this? I don't know. It's so fun. I'm just going to figure it out. As far as I know, I'm still planning on making those collabs if the other people are still willing to do them. And if they weren't, then I'd ask them politely if I could make the story anyhow, because we made some damn good stories. Let's see. Usually I say people are still, but I was wrong mostly. Let's see. That's what I love about this community, and we all want to write and share stories. Sure, they're not going to be the best material, but some people will like and love them. I wish Bowser had more subscribers too. It's like, yeah, I made that idea because it's true. I could go to my channel right now. Actually, understand. Hold on. Let me exit all these. I think I'm done freaking out over it. If I'm going to keep talking forever, might as well pull this up. So this is my amazing if you ever listen to me ramble, I'm eventually going to talk about this because I'm really proud of it. It's a huge list of all these Dokis tuber creators. If you go to any of these channels, you will find either a DDLC mod or DDLC content. Like, this isn't like a mod thing, but they make DDLC content. It's airy. It's all there. So, yeah. I'm so proud of that. It's not everyone. I'm positive there are more people, and I'm always adding to it. Like, I'm pretty sure there's a person that I even needed to. I think I need to go to my subscriptions to find them, because there was one person that I saw randomly, like, oh, that's a DokiTuber. But I'm on my phone, and I can't add it from here, but I should. So I need to do that. Actually, I don't know. Let me see if I can... Not history. Subscriptions. Oh, yeah, I should just react. I should just do another... Let's see, it was... Actually, it might actually be in my sister. Hold on, that actually might be... I don't care. I'm not watching anything crazy on here. DDLC, crazy stuff. Aha! It... Was it? No. Was it? Hold on. Yeah, this ain't DD... Well, it might be. I don't know. I don't know. This ain't it. Hold on. We're gonna find it eventually. We're gonna find it. Wait. Nope, that's Bowser. Nope, that's Apocalypse. That's me. That's me. Wait. I watched that? Okay. No, that's not. That's fine. Oh, yeah, that's a really good find. Wait. I must have passed. What the hell? This is... Life is crazy. Nothing's working. Great. Okay. Nothing worked. I didn't find it. I could have sworn it was one of them. What the... I could have sworn I subscribed. I did it. I was like, oh, I'll just subscribe to them so I could find them later. Can I get a list? Let me see. One of these is gonna be Tabishi Changi Monica. Nope. There he is. She Knowing to Massacre, Andre, Bowser. I got 2 subscriptions to Bowser. Oh, these are videos. These well, that makes a lot of sense. I Just wanted a list of the people specifically, but I don't got that. I really hope they upload it sometime soon so I could add them. Well, it was worth a try, but I'm super excited about the channel's this. I always talk about this, sometimes I don't upload for a while. That's become more common recently, but when I'm not uploading, whether it's going to be a quick or short wait, a short or long wait, you can always go to other channels. You can look at, each one. I promise you, no matter how big of a fan you are, I don't care if, and someone told me, it's like, yeah, it's a great, list, but, like, I've seen all their videos. I was like, no, you haven't. Like, maybe back when they said that was true, but right now, there is literally no way that you've gone to every single one of these channels and watched every single DDoC-related video that they've made. It is impossible. Because it's just almost infinite at this point. There's so many. At the very least, it should keep you busy until my next upload. And because it's all here, and just about every single one of these, except for maybe like 5 of them, are still active, and they'll upload at least every once in a while, you'll get a continuous flow of content. While Monica D's working on their next video, Bike can make another one, so that while you're waiting on that one, you can watch that one. And maybe while you're waiting on another one, Yonder Gaming will make another one. And then maybe finally, I'll make one, and then you can watch that. And then you can go to another one. It's a whole community. And we all make basically the same content. Sure, we're all different writers, and we have different contents and different lores and things like that. But it's all DDLC, it's all mods, it's all wondrous stories, and it's all pretty cool. It really is. And some of them, I was saying, is that we're talking about subscribers. I mean, like, Pelican is a whole series, and he hasn't even gotten to 1K yet, and Harry hasn't, and it's just like, and it's crazy because, like, I know Natsuki is almost at 2,000, they haven't posted in, like, 2 years, because they gave up. Like, I asked Monica D about that, and they're like, yeah, I'm pretty sure they just gave up. I was like, oh, okay. Well, I'm going to keep holding out, I guess. Like, JLUS, this person right here, they make mods based off of Team Fortress 2. They're basically the same videos, but with the Dokis characters. It's hilarious. I love them. So, of course, I have them there. And, I mean, it's just, it's awesome. I can't tell you guys how much I love DDLC as a community. It's not just as a game, but as the stories that everyone makes. I mean, this stuff's cool. I must say I love your banner. LZ agree, it's definitely impossible. Why was he trying to go through after Zero Spit slow? It's like, yeah, there's a lot of them. This is Yonder Gaming. I haven't watched hardly enough of his videos. I watched a fair, but not enough. I started it apparently. It is over now, right? No, wait, get back, no. 11, wait, there's supposed to be a 12th. I know that. Hold on, community. Video, we can scroll down. Sorry, Andre, we're going through your content. We're very judgmental. Don't worry about it. As NZ Fire Nova, we're working on my mod. Wait, it's somewhere. Hey, do it to this. Oh, look at me. I'm S plus. Where am I? I'm A tier or B tier. I'm one of them. I'm A tier, yes, I'm amazing, great. Going back. Wait a minute. Actually, that's a good point. Wait, go back. I should have looked at that more clearly. I've seen that icon before. I didn't know they were a Dokis tuber. Crap, I'm going to have to look through this and actually see if I can figure out all these people so I can add them onto the list. Even if they're an F tier. I never said they were quality content. I just said it was content. Whether it's quality or not is up to you to decide. Oh my gosh. Eventually we got to run into when he made an announcement at one point about making a part 12. It happened. I swear it happened. It did. I swear he was like, oh yeah, 11's great, but eventually we're going to get Yeah, well, it's a glad for me, but all good things must come to an end. Stay tuned for the climax. Yeah, there's gonna be one more part, and it still hasn't come out. Can't believe it, Yandere. I would, yeah, I don't have that exact same problem where I talking about it. Yeah, it's not like I mentioned making a series called Work's Doki Adventure, and it's been 3 months and I haven't even released the first part yet. That didn't happen. Nope. We're just gonna focus on you. I wonder if you're here. Ayo, TF2. Yeah, it was TF2. Sorry, I gotta give her the Pyro Vision goggles to protect her innocence. To be honest, I watched much DLC content compared to most people. Oh god, I'm on the list a lot. Yeah, we're gonna go watch Yandere. This is turning into just let's talk about Yandere gaming now. This is slowly turning into that. Oh my gosh, he's catching up to me. It's gonna be a glorious day when he reaches 4K. I'm gonna be super excited. Cause I don't even know if I'm gonna get more than where I'm at now. I have no idea. It's been like 3 months since my last actual mod upload. Between this and this, it's been a hot minute. I don't know if I can. I'm gonna have to upload a lot. Get the YouTube algorithm to kickstart a little bit. I need to go back to Monica D's videos, and oh lord, I'm gonna have to go to the videos. I'm gonna scroll all the way down and go back to where I left off. Wait, final decision. Wait, I go back long enough to see that I already was stuck in the cloud. Wait, what? Okay. Yep. Where did we stop? What? Everyone makes. What? We watched that mind control potion. It says I watched it, so I'm assuming that I watched it in the live stream. This is useful. If something unexpected happens. This is her voice. Where did we stop? The Monocle's face. So I need to go back from there, and I need to get back to present. I need to do my part 2. That's what I need to do. I need to go back to, like 3 months ago, I did this live stream where I watched a lot of the videos for, their birthday, but mostly because I really need to catch up on my TDLC mod content. I really need to. But I need to make a part 2 so I could finish it, and I need to make a live stream with Yandere Gaming's content because I've got to see what that series, Our Precious Next series, is about. It's been a huge deal. It's even got to the point that it was controversial at one point. Like, it is a whole thing, and I'm like, I have got to watch this. But if I'm gonna do a series, I gotta wait until it's like part 12's out, and I'm gonna see if I can get Yandere. I'm gonna drag Yandere Gaming into that live stream so you can talk about some cool stuff. It'd be really funny if there's like an inappropriate scene and Yandere Gaming sitting there, I'm watching. I was like, so Yandere Gaming, what was going through your mind when you wrote this? What was the end goal for this scenario here, huh? What was the really? Let's dive deep into this very. That I'm on D tier. I'm just happy I'm on a list. Oh God. Still doing Adventure. I'm low key embarrassed. Don't be. I'm just messing with you. Do a tier list on DokiTuber. I feel really bad. I have a lot of. I'm probably opinion a lot of them. Now I'm curious to see your opinions, Marvel. You too. Yeah, I'm a little interested too. It's like, this is the ultimate tier list. I couldn't do that. I mean, I literally could not. Like, I could make a tier list. That's not the issue. The issue is that I haven't watched enough content from all these. Like, I haven't watched a single King of the AF video. I tried and I got bored because it was her No Nut November one, and she spent like 5 minutes talking about like how, oh yeah, this is not always showing my opinion. This is just crazy bullshit. And I was like, we kind of assumed when you made a No Nut November video. I don't know what's going on in here, but. This is ridiculous. You made one disclaimer, and then she made another disclaimer. I was like, what the fuck? Okay. I got bored. So I'm going to have to go back and I have to watch different videos. Because that's what I need to do. That's why I was like, oh, we'll make a live stream, so we'll watch all these videos. I watched them. It's pretty good. 7. Have I watched even a single video? Probably not. I haven't been watching. Oh my gosh, am I already? Okay. I'm getting distracted. I'm all over the place. Like, I could do that. You know, watch these. I mean, we've gone too far back. We've gone too far back. I promise PT. PT, like, the video game? What? I'm kind of interested. But I am really interested in this. This is where I found them. This is like the Himari video. I was like, oh my gosh, someone's using that sprite. And most likely in a romantic way. Oh, I'd be so interested in their interpretation. Overboard. Oh shit, did you do the Titanic before I did? God damn it. I knew I should have made that video sooner. We're gonna help me come up with a really cool idea about like a Titanic-like situation for a mod, and they've done it. No! I don't, and it's 50 minutes long too. It's probably really in depth and stuff. It's probably like a really good mod about that. If I'm gonna watch that one of these days, and if that boat doesn't sink, I'm probably still gonna make the mod I thought of, but still, like, if that doesn't sink, I'm gonna be so sad. This is what you guys are talking about. Be warned. Be warned. There's a few mistakes in the first VX I didn't notice until my friend reacted to them. More specifically, interviewing Dokitubers, that'd be fun to do. It wouldn't be really interviewing, but it'd be more like, you know how in commentaries you have like the directors and the actors all there and they kind of talk about what's happening from a film perspective? I'd love to do that with some of the Dokitubers who made the actual content. Like if I went and watched some of the Yandere Gaming's content, I'd love to have him there to talk about the videos, because you know there's usually a story there. Like I made commentaries about my first two mods because there's a story there. You know, there were ideas, and I could talk about the video and what happened. You know, the behind the scenes, and I think most YouTubers, you know, probably have a story behind a lot of their mods. Let me see. I may or may not have put Monica speaking instead of Natsuki. Oh, I'm gonna make fun of you for that, but I've done the exact same. Oh my gosh, I've spelled Sasiori with an extra S before the Y. I've done that. We all make mistakes sometimes. We're having fun about all the mods he can watch. Yeah, I'm having a bit of fun. At first I was like, this is serious, and now I'm having fun, and that's not even the title of the video. That's because I have good ideas. You do have good ideas. I never said you didn't have good ideas. Benerka helps me a lot. She's pretty great. Project Twilight. Wait, you made Twilight? What? We're gonna have to look into that. I've seen her Dokis Insane series. I have the whole playlist. Oh, so that's really good. You know, it's really well done. You know, Yandere is pretty cool. I'd like to see if I can give it justice. I really need to watch these 7 more. Oh, I'm not a good writer, but I love setting up scene characters. Spell your name as breakfast a lot. I know, that's what you told me. Yeah, Sasiori. Yeah, it happened. I remember. It was a lot. It was... Let me go back to my channel. I need to stop showing you guys what YouTube thinks I want to watch, because you'll learn too much. It's not safe. Oh, this is going to go in the past live streams too. Too bad I don't have a thumbnail for it. I'm gonna go back here. Let's look at other channels. Who do we want to look at? Yeah, Mr. Lighthearted. Is that new? I think it is. Have they? Yeah, that was a year ago. I have no idea what happened to them. They got like stuck in another country. This was a year ago. I wonder what university that would be after half-term break. They've just been gone. I don't know what happened. Maybe Mr. Burns really did kill Mr. Lighthearted. I think Officer Burns might have actually killed Mr. Lighthearted, guys. I think we need to be concerned. I think the Institute might just be real. This is very concerning. But I remember they had done it was a manhunt video. There was a manhunt video, I'm pretty sure. That was the one where they did that? No. Manhunt, yes, this is really good. This is a really good mod. Better DLC, but it's a manhunt. This is a really good mod. It's literally them just playing the game Manhunt, but it's really good. I don't know why, but I really enjoyed it. That's how I found that channel. It's good stuff. Okay, let's go back. Okay. TWC, yeah, you know, you see too. It's because this guy still has all his mods. If you want to see them, ooh, he's finally getting. Oh, that. He's finally doing it. He's doing time to. If it's a DLC thing, I don't know why I'm gonna be very frustrated. So look at that. I'm part of this team. Has he contacted me about the stuff the projects that he wanted to do? No. I still emailed him my voice lines, and it went nowhere. I was really excited about it too. I was like, oh my gosh, we're gonna have this is such a cool project. We're gonna do some analog horror, and he wanted my voice acting for it. I was like, oh my gosh, this will be so cool. Anyone who's been in that DLC modding while I'm there, reacting to talking with them and voicing the characters for Diverses or Bowser's or Sansies or whoever's mod knows that I do some good voices. I was so pumped, and I sent a whole bunch of lines over, and that was it. That's why it was over. I wonder what this is about. It's premiering in night. What is it? It's time to make a return. What is? I'm gonna have to come back for this then. Goodness, I'm actually gonna have to be here. I'm really interested because his last video was almost a year ago. Wow, that's a long time. We were supposed to do collab, and then that didn't work. So I just said, "Can I upload the video anyhow and just say it's a collab?" Because I had made the idea and he'd made the base. And I was like, "Yeah, sure." It was in our Discord conversations, and so that was fun. But he'd also kind of about that analog horror. I was super excited about that. I guess it just went nowhere. It happens. But this there's no videos. This is supposed to be where he uploads all of his DLC contents. The reason to make other deals with reason to make mods with other DLC. Oh, really? Coding knowledge for only perspective of Team 2. Well, I'm just a dumbass. I thought he was just making DLC mods specifically for this channel. He's talking about collabs. All right. I remember we were working on a story. Yeah, Bernerka knows about it, and so does Nightwing. We were all on it, on the S team, and I came up with a whole plot. It was 10 episodes. I put a lot into it, and it went nowhere. We just decided I don't know what happened, but it didn't go anywhere. And I was like, well, I really want to make that story into a thing because I put the effort into making one. Can we just do a collab? I'll upload it to my channel, and since we both worked on the story, I was like, it'll be a collab. But can I do that since it's not going into anything else? He said, yeah, sure. So that'll happen. But if he ever approaches me about doing another type of collab, that's fine too. Who else? Corksies did a new thing. They did a new intro. It was a bit crazy, and it had a lot of memes. I think Ricardo was in it too. But they do a lot of good stuff. I wish I could edit like them. Goodness gracious, they're really good at it. They could make DLC content that I never could. I could describe stuff, but he can actually show you it. It's so cool. He earned that almost 50K. It's really cool that he's almost gotten that far. Oh, that's so cool. Doki Queen, oh yeah, Officer Doki Queen. They haven't uploaded in a month, but that's better than a year. I think the last mod I saw, what the fuck? Flirting with MC Gone. I saw this one. It was the Chibi Potion. Yuri drinks the Chibi Potion. Yes, I think it was this one I saw. Or something like that. And it ended pretty grim. It was a mod. But Doki Queen uploaded a lot more than Doki King. When was the last time Doki King uploaded? Let me see. 2 years ago, exactly. What I thought. Oh, that's popular uploads. Let's see videos. Last upload was still a year ago. It was still a year ago. Let's see who. Oh my gosh, I'm still. Hold on. Let me see what people are saying. So running away, but I had a nice talk here. Goodbye. Oh, bye. I'm so sorry. I should have been paying attention more. I'm gonna finish the Children of the Institute. See it. Oh yeah, people are gonna take a long time to finish that. I should have thought of that. I talked to Corksy, quality guy. I played Brawlhalla with him, and he destroyed me. Well, have you seen how Alpine Vortex changed its name to Su Sing Su? I probably butchered that pronunciation. I mean, it's great that he's gotten back to DLC modding. I'm super excited about that, because this mod right here, the Dokis Get Cursed and Switch Bodies, is literally amazing. It took me forever to go to it, because I saw that 1 hour, 2 minutes. It's like, I was very intimidated by it, but I watched the whole thing in one sitting. I didn't even realize a whole hour had passed by. I was like, that, it was so good. Good mod. He deserves that. He earned that, 9K, right? That mod is worth it altogether. It's 1.4 million views, worth it completely. Don't know why he changed his name. Can't believe him. Alpine Vortex, I referenced him, and now no one's ever gonna get it again, because now his name is Su Sing Su. Let's see, who do I want to click on next, since that's what we're doing today. He used to make regular mods, and now makes more anime-specific stuff. I remember, when I first found him, he was just starting his DDLC review channel. What he started to do eventually was, he would, take, DDLC characters, and they would collectively, react to something, or to a story, or to an anime, or something like that. I mean, he still makes DLC content, but it's no longer really mods. It cannot be that. See this? I don't know. He's technically a Dokituber. Don't question it. The most questionable one is probably Vanna Melon. They're an animator, but the amount of DDLC videos in general is kind of, just Monica. There's a whole playlist. I think that constitutes as a Dokituber. It's DDLC. I mean, they made Doki Literature Club, but it's Disney, and that on its own earns its place in that list, because dang, is that awesome. They got these don't get age restricted videos for the characters. I figured I'd mention this because I saw the footage with MC gone wrong. Yeah, they do. Oh my gosh. I think so. Spaghetti, one of his latest videos was that, wasn't it? Trying to get age restricted challenge. I'm more interested in this Better Call Saul thing. That sounds really cool. That sprite looks really cool as well. That looks like that looks cool, but there's a part 4, never the end. Didn't they already have a part 4? There's the backdoor speak, which I didn't really ever put into the list, I don't think. Let's see. But, well, there was a part 4. Yeah, MC has a part 4. Hard on the pet. Yeah, see? There was already a part 4. This is bullcrap. We have been lied to. Oh yeah, his news video I haven't seen. Monica the Green, I've been meaning to watch it. I have not. I am sure it is amazing, and it is cool, and it is dark, and probably traumatizing. But I haven't watched it yet. It's in my watch later list. I've just been working and not watching. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. I'm so sorry. How did we get here? Actually, this is about NSC07. Where are they? Where are those people? There. Here he is. Weird thing at 2 of them. Doki. Let's see. What videos did I ever watch of them? Oh Lord, this is clusterfuck of all sorts of different things. It is not specifically Honey Pup. They did that. Ah, cool. Okay. Marketplace playthrough that was really good. Let's see. I should have specified details. Who was worse, Doki? He would. 1 hour special. Oh my gosh. I should have made it like that. Children of the Institute, 2-hour special. That is now the longest mod I've ever made. I know it's not the longest mod ever, but I mean, that still is pretty impressive for a mod on my channel. I mean, 2 hours, good lord. And I knew it was going to be long. I told people it was going to be long, but I was still kind of shocked. Let me see, what else is... I don't know, what is this? His face, it's very funny. I think that's the point, though. And he's done a good amount of ones. I remember he did, like, these, back in the day when I would watch it, he would do some, like, talking about what I'm doing now, talking about videos and such. He's the person who let me know, I used to have Sayori Smiley Face on my channel list. And I was waiting to get back to them, and then it was this channel that notified me to the fact that they were okay with, bullying people because they were suicidal of some sort. I mean, making fun of them just because they could. It was pretty, it was something. I just couldn't, I'm all for open-mindedness, and I'm all for, everyone makes mistakes and stuff like that, but and I know that, it could, someone could say, it's like, oh, it's just a big joke. It's like, I don't know. There's a very serious tone, very serious statement. It's not for me. I don't feel okay with that. That was fun. Let's see what you guys are saying. Oh shit, you guys have been talking a lot. Why is MC Has a Rod even a thing? Well, it's I don't know, because what's it called? It's fan, appeasing your fans or whatever. Oh my gosh, there's a terminology and I can't think of it. It's basically, just when you're doing whatever you want to just make the fans happy, so that they'll be interested in. And the Dokis try to help. I don't know. It's the internet. It's a weird place. He said, "Oh, you said it." Reminds me of Open Act 12. He's gonna be at least 2 hours long. Is it? At least. Oh, I see. Yonder Gamer. He's gonna rival me. I see how it is. He's coming for me. He's like, oh, you did the 2-hour video. You make me laugh. You call that a long mod? Just wait until I get Act 12 out. Oh, that'll be actually pretty cool. I'm super excited. I'm just messing with you, Andre. Let me see what else you guys are saying. It's very shocked about yesterday. It was just like monumental. It's like, this is now the longest mod. It's like, for a 3-month wait, it kind of makes it a little bit more worth it, I feel like. Just a little bit. You joked about suicide, huh? It wasn't a joke. I'm so positive it wasn't a joke. I mean, I can't believe I'm going back to this. This amazing person. They haven't uploaded in a year. Very important. If you go to this video and you go to Kragons, it says, let's see, I'm going to pause this and we're going to go bit by bit. My name is Casper. I'm 19 years old. I bullied a child to the point of attempted suicide. I think it's okay to harass children over a fictional character. And that's the video. That's what it was. And of course, it was somewhere in the comments, I'm pretty sure. This is the whole thing. Okay, one of the new guys I witnessed. I'm disappointed, very, very disappointed. I'm so damn late. Yeah. And I could have sworn in us 04 because he made a video on it, on this controversy. It's something on Discord, I'm sure. They're talking about how apparently it's okay to do that. And I don't care if it's a joke. I don't know what the behind the scenes of it is. I don't know what, makes that okay. But there isn't. That's what it is. There is nothing that makes that okay. It's fucked up. It just is. They say that like it's okay. It's one thing to make a joke about something. Like I know that, like what was it, NCS 07. I know that they don't they don't say in that mod that it's okay to kill a baby. That is not the point. And at no point do they say that it is okay. You can obviously tell that in the Dokis have a baby that there is no course theme that it is okay that this happens. But in this video, they're saying that, you know, bullying someone who to the brink of suicide, that's a fine thing to do. I don't even care. Like, I don't know anyone who would do that actually would say that out loud, that it is okay to do that. I don't know of. So, I mean, like, at a point it could be fake. I don't care if it's fake or not. I care about the fact that they said that. That they even thought it was okay to say that, it's just fucked up to me. It's just, I'm not. That's just, if you wanted to clear up some sort of controversy, this is not it. That's not how you do it. To say that it's okay to do things like that, even if you personally didn't actually do it, you're just doing it some sort of sick joke. That's just not okay. That's not a story. That's not a mod. This is just being cruel. That's just getting a message out there that's god awful. And I have no interest in being any part of that. I'm not gonna put them. I removed them from the Realism when I saw that. It's just not right. I can't. It's just not right. It's just not right. Wasn't like 3 days it took you to make that mod? The 2-hour one? No, it took me from coding perspective, it took me like weeks. If we're talking about if we're just compiling hours, like if we're talking about it's like how much time where I actually spent coding it. It might have been 3 days total, I don't know. But over the span of actually writing it all down, yeah, it was probably about, weeks. The 3 months was taken, I was moving, I was in surgery, I had to do school. It's been a bit hectic. But not only that, I've had to make my story. If I had uploaded that video, maybe 1 month after, instead of 3 months later, it just would be a completely different mod. It just wouldn't be as finished as it is now. So I don't regret, because it gave me the time I needed to come up with the ideas necessary to make it a really in-depth mod. Anyhow, yeah, Serifies, yeah, yikes. I agree. I know about this guy, he used to be in my server. The words out of my mouth yonder. He would beg me for my Kiyomi assets and other custom assets that I took forever to code. Except that last part. He actually had a new channel called Yuri Gaming Mods. Especially since it's public. That crap happens all the time. As someone who attempted suicide, I'm so shocked by Sari's actions. Billy's still, Billy till the brink of suicide. You started writing that mod like a week or two ago again, so... Started writing that mod like a week or two again, so... So as I said, a week or two. It took me a week or two. You started writing that mod like a week or two. So then it took me a week or two from start to finish. So... If we were to compile all the hours up, like specifically, like, I didn't spend my entire day in and out coding. I don't think anyone does that. Sure, it might have added up to 3 days, but I didn't just code for 3 days. I coded for many days. I coded at least for a week. Honestly, I didn't know about this till today, but I'm honestly shocked. You should be shocked. It's crazy. I don't know why they were asking about Kiyomi assets when you can get it off of Reddit really quickly. I mean, unless they're like, I guess, custom, that you had made. But I don't know. I haven't asked for too many custom. I remember asking Demi Mob for the Datsuki ones, and he showed me, and he sent me his, and where he found it so I could source it. That was really helpful because I, for some reason, couldn't find it. I don't know why. And now, and every time I've ever used Datsuki's Sprite, it's in the description. That's another thing. I don't know if anyone knows this, but if you go, let's say, to my newest video. Oh my gosh, I got an ad I thought that was restricted because of like a couple songs. This is bullcrap. Okay. Um, if you go to it, you can go. This is my description. This is our little hint right here. This is a hint to how to decode. Let's see. This wonderful language right here. Look, language. Oh, great. Okay, spoilers or whatever. Hopefully, I didn't spoil anything crazy. Um, that's what it is. I hope people understood that. It's like of course, it's not affiliated with DLC. I actually sat down and I read the terms and services when it came to mods for DOC, and they said that they wanted there to be some sort of notion about it not being actually related to the official game, and that you should promote playing the original game. And so I leave that link in every single one to hopefully not piss them off. But every background, there's background with links and sprites. Let's say if you were watching this mod and you're like, oh my gosh, it's like, Mew, I've seen that couple mods, I don't know where I could find that. You could just go, you scroll down, it's like, oh, Mew sprites? Click Reddit, and bada bing, bada boom, here you are. You can download it, Mew, there you go. There's a whole bunch of stuff here, but this is how you would get it. This is the Mew right here. Doop-de-doop. Or you could do Himar, she's also here. Or not. What the fuck? What the hell? Where is Himari? Oh my gosh, I didn't get the procs. It's reddit.com. Why is it? Okay, there we go. Jesus Christ. Here we are. This is it. You scroll down. It should be somewhere on here. There you go. Download it right there. Bada bing, bada boom. Great. That was so weird. Okay, let's say if you wanted this, living room night. You saw that and you're like, oh, that's really cool background. Bada bing, bada boom. It should be somewhere on here. It should be. Living room. Bada bing, bada boom. Wow, that's great. See? Ha. It works. It works. Teacher's Lounge. That's a Commons Wikimedia. Look. Bada bing, boom. That way you know it's there. Oh yeah, the music. You're like, oh my gosh, that one song was really cool. I don't know which one it was because I don't tell you exactly which song is which, but you can find them through these links. These are the links that actually take you to the actual site that has all of these, and you can search them, and then you can listen to them, and you can recognize them. I mean, I feel like everyone knows what the circus thing is, but that's another thing. Oh yeah, and I also source, where is it? On the Unknown Sprite for Bernerka, because Bernerka does sprites for me, so every time I use them, I source the channel. Because you can't have the sprites. You're going to have to ask Bernerka for them. Or me. Or you could be Nightwing and you could just have all of the ones that I had up until then, because I needed to send him my entire setup so that he could actually code. But that's another issue. But if you wanted one of those, you're going to have to ask this lovely woman somehow. I would suggest Discord. Oh my gosh, it's linked right there. It's so easy to get to when you can communicate with people. The invite's expired, Bernerka. How could you? You need to fix that. But okay, anyhow. You go there and you're like, oh my gosh, Bernerka's amazing. Where is she? She's not on here right now. That's okay. You go your direct messages and you scroll down and you make friends with Bernerka wherever she is on here. You tell them that you really want the sprites for this and that. Just plead your case and hopefully she says yes. If not, well then that's a bad day. Oh yeah, I never finished my thought about the whole Sarah Smiley Face thing. Yeah, it's pretty awful. This is really not right. Honestly, something I didn't know about this. You said months, silly. I did, because it took months for me to come up with the idea. I mean, like, I came as like, oh yeah, children of the suit sounds good. But I mean, like, what were their powers? What were their relationship to each other? what was going to happen with each character, what was the ending going to be, what was its impact, how are the intricacies. That all took months, especially with the slow process of all the fact that I had to do the moving and everything. You know that. I draw custom sprites for Bernard. That's cool. I brought you to a different website. Hello, which candle is dead? You know what? I shall fix it. Ask kindly. Aw. Too bad, so sad. This is making me want to code. I don't... I'm sorry. You can code. I mean, this is... I mean, I don't even know how long this is. How long has we been doing this? Goodness, how long have we been doing this? About 2 hours. Goodness gracious. I've been dragging this out forever. But I don't care. It's going to be great. It's going to be fine. 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 I don't know why I'm doing this. Don't look. Don't look. This is weird stuff. I do not listen to Killer Clowns from Outer Space on repeat. No, when you do join the DLC mod and you start hearing that, I remember that happened. For some reason, whenever I'm on Discord and I'm using the voice chat, if I'm listening to another video, it'll transfer if it's loud enough, apparently, even though I'm using headphones. That doesn't make sense, but it's a problem. I'll be listening to a song, and then, like, Monica would be like, does anyone else hear, like, the guitar playing, like, circus music? Like, what is that? Or I'd be coding, and I'd be looking at my music to see which one I wanted to use for a particular scene, and the rest was like, is that your music, Bernard? I was like, yeah, I'm so sorry, please, I'll mute, I'm so sorry. It's like, no, I was really interested by it. I was like, yeah, but, like, that was not the intended effect of this situation. Wow. I don't know. Maybe I should watch a mod. I don't know. This is all... Maybe I should actually, I don't know what I'm doing. What are you guys talking about? You can check Discord now. I gotta learn code. Yes, coding is someone. Wait, you don't know? Who are you? Wait, how do you not know? Why can't I click this? Why can't I... Z-Kid 101. Okay, let's do it. Hold on. Z-Kid 101. Let's look at you. How about that? Hi, here we are. We've got animations, Huggy Wuggy, Family Tubers. I don't even want to know what the fuck that is. Oh, God. It's very scary. SpongeBob, alright. I think. Alright. Here we go. We gotta learn how to code. That's right. Any evidence of interest in DLC? No, but it's cool. Ooh, wait. Do you have your channels open? Subscriptions. Oh my gosh. We're gonna see if you're a subscriber. We're gonna see if you're a subscriber. We're gonna see if you're not. Let me see. Hold on. Let's see. Oh my gosh, you're subscribed to Mark Barber too. Mark Barber's awesome. Oh, and Pymations. I love Pymations. This is public, by the way. I didn't, like, hack anything. This is just, they have it public on their channel. Oh, Daniel played. It's so sad that he's gone now. I'm really sad about that. Let me see. Oh, there's Diverse. Diverse. Okay, Diverse is safe. There's Spaghetti. There's Monica D. I really hope I didn't, like, pass me. There's Tomska. He's cool. We're gonna see if you've subscribed. This is the judgment. Well, there's he's cool too. You subscribed to June too. He's pretty cool. If we just go through this and you haven't subscribed to both the Undergame and I, someone's gonna get mad. This is just like a caution. I hope you've been subscribing. Well, there it is. Okay, we're gonna keep looking for Yandere Gaming. If you haven't subscribed to them, this is gonna be a very awkward situation. Oh, there's Candy Liam. This is really gonna be. You're subscribed to them, but you're not gonna be subscribed to Yandere. Oh, that's gonna be really awkward if that turns out to be. Oh, did I miss it? Did I miss it? Please don't tell me I missed it. This is gonna be really awkward. This is gonna be the end of the stream. It's gonna be too intense. It's gonna crack the screen. It's gonna crack the world. I might have missed it. Hold on. Let me just quickly. It's pretty hard to miss. It's a big red heart, Nope. You've got some explaining to do, Z-Kid 101. Let me see. I've tried on stuff like Scratch, for beginners level Scratch. First ever coding I ever did. Making Vernurk scared. No what I'm Look, Yandere Gaming sad now. You got some explaining to do, Z Kid 101. How could you not subscribe to the random channel you've never heard of, apparently? Crazy times. Crazy times. Can't believe you. Let's go back to this. I could probably just go to channels, but I'm just stupid. Oh my gosh, I remember this. I've been wanting to upload where I talk about books. My background wouldn't even be this anymore. I'm in a new place. I'm in a new place of living. And I wouldn't have to wear my mask because I did the face reveal. That's also really nice. And I did my commentaries. Talk about all sorts of stuff. Oh, such potential. I just threw it out the window. Alright. But anyway. What are you guys talking about? Check again. Haha. Oh, I see how it is. Oh yeah, you think this is... Oh yeah, we're gonna check again right now. It was in... Oh, Dubus Goobus, he's cool. Can we search? No, we can't. Okay. Wait a minute. Yes, we can. Yandere? No, this channel has no content that matches Yandere. Can't believe you. Okay, hold on. I'm not seeing no, it started on the bottom. It should be the same. I don't know if it'll update that quickly. Let me see. I can scroll through if you think it has. Content. It's good stuff, good stuff. Looking for Yandere though. I don't know. I'm not seeing. It's a big red heart. It is very hard to miss, guys. Okay, I'm not that bad. I feel like I would know. We all know the Yandere Gaming. You know, it's a big heart. That's pretty. It would be kind of hard to miss, at least a little bit. But I'm pretty sure. Yep, it's still not there. Look at that sad face at the comments. No, it's not my old profile. What are you talking about? That's your current profile. Look at you're talking about the Brenner guy. Oh my gosh, yeah. You never changed that. Yeah, look at that. Look at it. It's right there. That's what you look like. Wow. Wow. This is great. Well, it will always this will be commemorated forever. Cuz I remember let me show you guys what the full thing was. I don't care if you know my name. I don't think you guys are gonna do anything about with it. If it's that, I think I could trust you guys. I don't think it's that important. Let's see. This here backgrounds. This is how I make everything when it comes to sprite. Like my backgrounds, not my backgrounds, but my thumbnails and my banners. This is it. I know, very cheap, not fancy at all. But you know what? It works, and I think it looks great. And if you go to this, like there's that background. There's that background. So everything that's ever been used for a banner is technically on this somewhere, I think. And of course, I did the commentary, so I just plastered that over it. You know, you'd be surprised how some of these, they're very zoomed in. Because I have to make sure that the pictures are like less than 2 megabytes. But, man, I remember making these. Like some of these, like, look at that. I had to get a special little mouth for that one. All the other ones worked pretty fine, though. Got missing. I remember this is like, so what do we need? It's like, we got our 3 characters. Monica's not there. And then for part 2, Natsuki's obviously closer to Sarah because she got kidnapped. And then this one, Monica's back, and they're kind of worried because they were kidnapped. And then everyone means business, except for Yuri, who's just kind of like over it. And there was Valentine's Day, yeah. So sometimes what would happen is that I would be like, I would make a plan, not like I wouldn't have a full script out, but what I would have is I'm gonna make 4 parts, and then I would make the thumbnails for the 4 parts based off the basic ideas for the script. So this came out sure way before all 4 of these came out, but you know, the thumbnails were made way before. Yeah. I've actually done coding on Monica's. She has more facial expressions with this dress, so if I ever wanted to do that, I can. And Natsuki and Yuri do. Sayori is still screwed, though. I'd have to make them sometimes. In Corruption, yeah, I did all of Corruption. Look at that Q&A video. That was a long-ass time ago. And I made that for when it came out, which means I had all Corruption planned out until this. That's crazy to think about. Q&A spectacular. The luck of the Dokis. I mean, of course, every single one with the turkey had to have the turkey in it. I mean, even the Star Wars. Oh yeah, I can't. Don't look at this. This is stuff that you haven't seen yet. Don't look at it. Don't look at it. Okay. Oh my gosh, I did kind of. Okay. I don't know what to do with that. May the Doki be with you. I love this mod. Really, I think it's really cool. If you haven't seen it, you really should. I also found this one really funny. I made it where he's floating like this because I knew I'd have to zoom in anyhow. It's a funny little mod. Little funny little mod. Oh yeah, I made the Dark Curlers trailer. Yeah, I remember that. That's exactly what we used. And, of course, we've got the Dokitober promos. And I turned some of those into the actual thumbnails. Like so. It's funny, I actually didn't complete these until like the year afterwards. Kima's Us Christmas, because she's going to wear that, you know, in snowy weather, because why not? I was really proud of this one, because it took me forever to figure out, like, I'm going to have to make sacrifices. I had a plan where all of them were going to be when I actually made the mod, because, holy crap. There's a lot of characters. It just barely fit. And then we did the same thing. I always thought that maybe if I could get it to fit, this should be the YouTube banner. Like if I did a slideshow, this should be the banner. All these characters, that should kind of be the banner. But I don't think it would all fit. I think you would see Bernurk and maybe half their heads and then maybe half of those heads. Maybe the only thing you'd see for real maybe would be, I don't know. It's just like, it never captures what I want it to. But it's cool. And we're at the present. Yeah, that was fun. That's how I make thumbnails. Now you know. Oh my gosh. Control F. It's my old art. Aw, the giant lizard being so large. Hey, if it works, it works. Okay, now I did it. Not the spoilers. Like, it's not the old art again. Or his head in my drawing. Haha, I love your art. Renurka, I don't know what you're talking about. You're crazy. Not only is all this good, I'm like the ones you're making are also still good. She's still working on a couple of them, so we'll have to wait for that. But let's see what Dokitubers. It's one of these. These are really cool. Oh my gosh, they're like so cool. Can I show you guys the mod assets? I think so. Hold on. I'm pretty sure. Look at this. It's so cool. Look at this. Tell me one other person in this gosh darn diddly dang it DDLC universe that has a freaking drawn sprite of Freddy freaking Krueger from A Nightmare on Elm Street. No one. That's who. I mean, he actually looks like he belongs in the DDLC universe with this art style. Look at those eyes. Look at how it works. Look at the finger glove. It's spooky. It's great. It's amazing. Look at this guy's face. Fits perfectly. It's all drawn to. It looks beautiful. It's a beautiful boy. Look at that Jason. He's got a big brain, but that's not the point. We got the Kraken right there. That's movie accurate. We did such a good job. Oh, it's so good. We did such a good job. Look at this. This is so amazing. I loved that mod. I loved making it. And look at the amazing sprite. This one took forever for us to figure out, and I think the end product was amazing. Look at it, it's so cool. Oh my gosh, look at it, it's so cool. Don't look at that. If don't look at that either. Don't look at that, and don't look at that. Don't look at that, and don't look at that. Everything else, don't look at that either. Oh my gosh. Don't look at any of that. Yeah, we gotta look at these. Oh yeah, the one that we didn't get to show you. This is SCP-999. We got SCP-999. Look at it. It works perfectly. It's a little cute little... Look at him. He's so cute. He's so happy. He was going to be in the banner, but I decided to place him with 079 at the last minute. Look, he's so happy. Look at him. This ain't spoilers. It was going to be on there. I got the X out for the computer too, and there's going to be other SCPs too. Oh, it's going to be so cool. I'm so excited. I got a whole thing planned. Look at this burner. I didn't even ask. She did this just because she thought it would be really cool. And I was like, oh my gosh. We could use this. And she was like, yeah, we could use this. I was like, oh my gosh. Look at all the detail, the cogs and the mesh. It literally looks like my mask. And I got the cloak. Cool. If I'm ever showing myself in a mod, I'm using this. It works. It's good. It's good stuff. Okay. I'm going to stop showing you all that. Other way we dipping all his mods assets into one folder. Death. He's adorable. The freaking lollipop. He's adorable. And yeah, most of it's all in one folder because that makes it easy. I can just go mod assets dash whatever I need it to be in definitions. That's so much easier. That looks awesome. I might redraw that Bernurk sprite maybe. No, you're not allowed. You are not allowed to do that. It's illegal. It's illegal. You can't do it. Wait, I didn't mean to do that. Okay. Oh, yeah, playlist. I can do that. Don't look at nope. Creative playlist. Yeah, sure. Ignore my like videos. Don't worry about it. Blair Witch. You know, actually, my favorite live stream playthrough is the FNAF. I've actually been thinking about replaying that because it was really good. I also like these two. These some good streams. These some good streams right here. These some good playthroughs. And oh my gosh, I'll always remember the Resident Evil Challenge Marathon. I even added to it recently with some RE2. I revisited it. I even played RE3 at one point, but I don't think I don't know if I live streamed it or not. I should have. But I revisit RE2 because I want to. You know, those are fun. That I basically did what I would have done if it was a challenge marathon for RE2. I did it on Twitch, which you can find on my channel right here. Haven't done anything with it for a while because I've been trying to switch to hold on. Okay, offline. Okay. I've been trying to switch to YouTube. Because no one likes to watch my Twitch streams. But yeah, Resident Evil 6 playthrough, I did a whole thing for that. It was really cool. Videos. I did a whole bunch. Yeah, The Evil Within, I remember doing all of that too. And there's a Resident Evil 3. Why can't I see all of these? I did, let me see if you all, yeah, do it like this. Yeah, this is also a really good one. This is probably the one I'd say was probably the best of the Twitch. And it wasn't even the original Resident Evil 2 that it says here. That's bullcrap. These are really good, except for when it cuts me out. These are pretty funny. I did Outlast 2. I remember those. Yeah, my first one was Outlast. Dang. It's been a long day. It's been a long time. Let's see what you guys talking about. Can I draw it with the plague mask then? I don't know if you would. I mean, you can. I can't stop you, but I feel like. I mean, you can do whatever you want. I mean, I'm just really excited for those SCP sprites that you're making, Bernard. I think they're gonna be really cool. I know that you do amazing work. I'm super excited. So, can't even believe I got caught lacking twice on this. Yeah, Yonry Game is never going to recover from this. I haven't finished Children this year yet, but you, the story one of the teacher said about Siri, does that mean that the main game was happening in that series? Yes, yes, it does. Hold on. Okay, look at this right here. Click on it right now. This is the description. Children given powers unlike anything the world has ever seen and tasked to serve a corrupt government institute. A detective stumbling onto a discovery that could get him killed, and a mysterious force that seems to have plans of their own. Who will come out on top? Will there be a victor, or will everyone become a victim? Set during the events of the base DDLC game, we see exactly what was going on behind the scenes before Doki Doki gone missing. So yes, it is set during the events of the base DDLC game, I would say. Yes. The lore. Pretty good. Oh yeah, since Marvel fans, sure, just making sure that you saw this. You were trying to decode some stuff maybe at one point. This is your hint. Right here, these 3 lines. This is your hint. This, I'll tell you this. This. Hold on, it's gonna be an ad. Ugh. I don't even know why I had ads. It told me that it was gonna be unaddable because of some of the music. This is bullcrap. This is serious bullcrap. It shouldn't have this. It should not. Okay. Yeah. This does not actually relate to the video like time frame. That is not going to help you. This is a time frame for something else. Maybe whatever this is meaning. It's 3 lines. This is going to be your hint to helping decode the code. This is your hint. If you figure it out, yippee. If not, most of what is being decrypted in this mod will be revealed at a certain time in the future, I'm sure. Maybe. Wait, does that mean that the entity reset everyone when Monica deleted them? So, what was that? Wow. Okay, wait. Okay. So, does that mean that the entity reset everyone when Monica deleted them? I wouldn't say reset. Because, whenever the entity interacts with someone in the past, like Doki short stories, they seem to, I don't know, like, they forget that the entity ever existed. They only remember whatever the entity wants them to remember. That's it. That's all they remember. That's all they know. Whatever the entity wants them to. It seems that he can control that. It says you haven't finished it, so I don't know if I'm going to go in, but when Monica does that, everyone's lost in deletion, except for, of course, Monica, MC, and Bernard. And then, of course, as you see in the mod... Are you going to stop me because of spoilers? I don't know. You can click off if you're that worried, but, other people are there. But once the deletion is, fixed, when Monica's deleted, like in the base game, right? Everything kind of resets back to normal. And you get to the idea of this is around the time a little bit before Gone Missing starts. And, like, no one remembers, and that's how it's going to be. And the ending's all about... Because this is a prequel to Doki Doki Gone Missing. Doki Doki Gone Missing is a prequel, but I got a prequel to the prequel. Prequel to the prequel, everybody. Prequel to the prequel. So because it is that it takes the time in this story to help establish how these events eventually lead up to what we know as the beginning to Doki Doki Gone Missing. There's about like maybe a day or two gap between the ending of the Children's Institute and Gone Missing. And for the most part, it all works out. There might be a few little nitpicks that you can make time-wise, but I was like, at the end of the day, I could go into detail for 5 more hours explaining how it all works in a perfect timeline, but this video is already 2 hours long, and it's not really, I don't think anyone's really going to care. If they do, I mean, you can make a comment, and I can explain it to you how it would work in that canon, because this is what canon would be, what's happening, but I didn't think that it was as necessary. I just wanted to make sure that it was known that, this took place during the DLC OG game, because when you watch Doki Doki Gone Missing Part 1, I take the time to tell you that this is, a prequel. It takes place directly after the OG game, except for a few little changes. And now here we go. So I wanted to make sure that since we had established that is what has happened before Doki Doki Gone Missing, I made sure to keep that in mind when making this new mod. I know it's like 2 hours. So it's going to take forever to get through, but it is what it is. But this has been a crazy stream. We started off, talking about really deep thought, and then we went all over my channel and other people's channels, and I should probably end the stream at some point. Can't keep talking forever. I'm going to lose my voice. But thank you guys. As I said before, I'm proud to be a member of this community. And this isn't any hate to any of the creators that make mods like this. Like, I'm not mad, and I don't hate or want anyone else to have such any type of feelings towards NCS07. I think they do good content. Some of it is what inspired me to make my own content eventually. So please don't go hating anyone. Not on my account. If you want to do it on your own accord, I can't stop you, but don't make it like I told you to, because I did not. I'm telling you right now, do not do that. So if you want to do it anyhow, that is not of my volition. I am telling you, you should not do that. These people, everyone works on their stories. Everyone is trying to just entertain you at the end of the day. We're not professionals. Most of us are not even getting paid. I mean, we're just trying to live our lives as best we can and make videos that hopefully will entertain you. That's all we are. That's what we care about. I mean, I feel like most YouTubers can agree. We're just trying to entertain, make a good story to help, is just be a YouTuber, right? Just be a DokiTuber, Make a cool story for you to like. That's it. Nothing crazy. And I'm glad that I've been able to make some. And I don't plan on stopping anytime soon. I've got a whole list of ideas outside of just, I've got ideas outside of just the Stalker timeline. We got a whole bunch. There's some of them that are collabs, and some of them are just completely my own. So we got all sorts of stuff in store, and I'm super excited. Dokitober hopefully is going to be really cool this year. I'm super stoked about it. I mean, SCP is going to be cool. We're going to at least, just have a fun time. So stay in tune. I hope everything works out. I realized I should put no hit on it. Yes, thank you. I'm just dying real quick. I'm sorry. Let me refresh this so that I'm up to... I'm pretty sure it's not this, so let me see. Yeah, okay. Good. So, at the end of the day, is there anything else that we need to say? I don't know. What other promotions are going to do? I mean, we got so much to look forward to. Dokitober is going to be coming out. We're going to make as many videos as can. Once I get all my assets, we'll get... I'm working on a story. Because we're working on Children's Institute for a while now. But we're going to get some Dokitober stuff out. I'm hoping we're going to keep it all within the month of October this year. And in November, I've got a bit of a November-esque mod plan, but I'm still kind of working out the kinks on if I actually want to do that or not. We don't know. We'll figure it out. We will figure it out. And we got all sorts of different mods. I mean, we got, Bernard's Doki Doki story, Doki Doki Adventure. Bernard's Doki Doki Adventure has got to come out, and it will. So he can stop being missing permanently. That will be coming out at the end of this year, hopefully, along with the timeline finale, which will be... I mean, I shouldn't feel like, I shouldn't say it for spoilers. I've been saying it before, so some of you may know it's going to be called Doki Doki War. And there might be an epilogue after that. So... And that'll be the end of the Stalker timeline. As far as I know for now, I don't plan on any or much other Stalker short stories. It was just really those 4. But but who knows? There might be an addition. Who knows? Oh, this is crazy. And we got tons of other ideas. I'm super excited. I made some sprites for one of the series that I'm really excited about. Gonna just really spook ya, and there's just so many cool ideas. And everyone's got them. I mean, we're talking like, I'm just one DokiTuber. There's like 50 of them, and most of them, like Yandere Gaming, he's got really good ideas. I'm super excited to see what everyone's, making. And now I'm finally getting back to actually watching Doki, DLC mods in my free time. I'm just really getting back in the fact that I really enjoy DLC mods. It's just, people are very creative. I'm so glad to be part of it. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next live stream.